Start on the back. Everybody look at number 9. Now these are problems we've gone over that we should know how to do. Remember, you got one each of these on your midterm tomorrow. All right, we got to find the VA and the HA. How do we find the vertical asymptote? That's the easy one. How do you find that one? Set the bottom equal to 0. Do it. That might be enough on the midterm to get the answer right. These are going to be multiple choice. Maybe only one answer has the correct vertical asymptote. All right, so if y'all got 4x plus 3 equals 0, move that over. 4x equals negative 3. All right, I got negative 3 over 4. And again, that might be enough in the morning to get the answer right, just being able to find the vertical. All right, the vertical is the one everybody can find. The horizontal is the one you guys forget. What do we look at? Exponents. All right. These exponents are equal, 1 and 1. What do we do when they're equal? Divide 8 and 4. All right. What do you do when they're not equal? Automatically 0. There you go. Everybody good on that? All right. Number 10. All right, everybody factor the top and see what crosses out. That's going to help us find the hole. If you can factor it out up top, it's got a hole. Number 9 could not factor out up top, so you got to find the VA and the HA. All right, so that's going to be x plus 3 and x plus 2. All right, which one cancels out? Whichever one canceled out, you got to bring down here, set it equal to 0, and move over plus 2. So my answer is going to start with negative 2. Again, that may be enough to find the answer in the morning on the test. Because it's multiple choice, I'm sure all the answers aren't going to start off with a negative 2. But to finish it up and find the other number, we take negative 2, we plug it back in. The only one we didn't cross out, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. That is how you find the hole on number 10.
Wait, how did you get one?
Take the number you got the first time, Caleb, go back and plug it in the only place you didn't mark out, negative 2 plus 3, so I got 1. All right, 11. All right, your 3 steps for finding an inverse. I know step 1 is replace f of x with y. That's already been done. Replace f of x with y. All right, this already says y equals, so step 1's been completed. You guys remember step 2? Let's just switch, SWITC, switch x and y. So I just switch them, so instead of x minus 8 over 7, it'd be y minus 8 over 7. And then the last step, number 3, is solve for y. All right, you guys solve for y, and that's your answer. So we got to move the 7 over first. Well, look, if they're dividing by 7, we got to times by 7. That's going to give me 7x. All right, last step should be pretty easy. Just move minus 8 over, make it a plus 8. And that is your inverse. All right, question on 11. All right, 12, 13, and 14 should be easy ones. We've worked on these a lot.
Wait, why do we have a negative 1 over the y?
That's just your symbol when you get done. That's your symbol saying this is my inverse. It's symbol for inverse. All right. 12 should be an easy one. Let's look at it. We got 6x to the third minus 7x squared minus 5x. All right, LeVar, how many answers we going to have on number 12?
3.
3. Guys, look, everything has an x in common. So take out an x. That's your first step. All right, you're going to have at least one of these on the midterm. All right, so what's our first answer going to be?
0.
0. That's how you get your extra answer with this extra x that's in front. All right, now for the rest of it, you guys can factor it or y'all can do quadratic formula. Either way, do it. And square root of 169 is 13. So I went ahead and made that change. Now I got to find both answers. So just use your calculator. First time I'm going to do the plus. My first answer is 5 over 3. Second answer, we're going to use the minus. Let's see, I got negative 1 over 2, negative 1/2. All right, so these are the answers I got. If you would have factored that out, you would have gotten the same answer. So it doesn't matter how you do it. Yeah, you could have factored it, would have factored. You got the same answers. Oh, yeah, sure. I know for 6, it's got to be 2 times 3, Caleb, because that's what equals 6. For 5, it's got to be 5 times 1. Let me see which way it's got to go. 5 here and 1 here. And the reason I know that's right, Caleb, if I times the outside, I get 10. If I times the inside, I get 3. 10 minus 3 would give me 7. So that would have been negative 1/2. That would have been positive 5 over 3. So it works either way. Because sometimes that factoring gets kind of tough when you got a number in the front. So, all right, let's keep going. 13. We got 4x squared plus 4x plus 3. How many answers we going to have on this one? Then just go ahead and do quadratic formula. Everybody do quadratic formula on this one. That should be enough. All right, somebody check my math for me. When I did this in the calculator, I got negative 32. All right, so there's a couple things we got to do with that. One, you can't have a negative. So what does a negative turn into? That turns into an I, okay? So I got I root 32. All right, second thing, you got to put that in the calculator and see if the calculator break down root 32.
4 root 2.
Kelly says 4 root 2. So all this is just going to be, if Kelly says 4 root 2, then it's going to be 4I root 2. Now, we're not going to be able to work this one out because it's got an I. But what I can do is check these 3 numbers and simplify them. Now, we normally always divide them by what? 2. But this time, I can divide them by 4. All right, do it, you finish. So that becomes a 1. That becomes a 1I. The bottom becomes a 2. So that's going to be your answer. So, that's an extra step you got to do on that one. And guys, if there's one on the sheet like this, that must mean there's one on the midterm like that too. Well, it's going to be multiple choice, so I think the only answer is going to be a simplified answer. So you'll have to.
Bring that other 4 in the middle.
Where did I get this from?
Yeah, like that.
All right, we had up here we had root 32. We put it in the calculator, and the calculator gave me 4 root 2. Yeah. So again, you got one problem like that. All right, let's keep going. All right, 14, I got x3 plus 3x2 plus 0x minus 4. All right, you got one of these that you got to try a number in the box, and we got to bring these down. 1, 3, 0, negative 4. All right, which number do we always try first in the box? What if 1 doesn't work? Okay, and what if negative 1 doesn't work? Yeah, just keep going. You're going to find something that works. Hopefully, we won't have to go very far. All right, you guys who've already done this problem, does 1 work? We'll cheat a little bit. Elizabeth, does 1 work? Elizabeth says 1 works, so y'all go. Guys, I think that would be easy enough to factor that we can just factor that one. So factor that one. If you finish that, try to find the house payment on the next one. So we should be able to factor this one. Hey, if you don't want to mess with it, just do quadratic. It just takes a little longer. Alright, so we should have x plus 2, x plus 2. So both these answers, each one's negative 2. So I found all three answers. 1, 2, 3. Alright, next problem. House payment problem. I'm giving you the formula. The value of the house is $253,000. Where does that go? Left side of the equal sign, remember. That's where the house cost of the house goes. P is your house payment, and then we got to fill in all this bracket stuff. The only thing I'm worried about y'all missing on this, I'm worried about y'all missing the interest rate. All right, the interest rate is 4.8. Move the decimal point back twice. Now, what special do I have to do with this? Have to divide by 12. Why? Because you make a house payment 12 times a year. 0.048 divided by 12 is 0.004 is what I got. So I put that on the bottom here, and I put it on top where the I is. So it's 1 minus 1 plus 0.004. All right, last we got to find the years it goes in that spot. Actually, it's not years, it's how many times you make a house payment. All right, so it says you're going to make a house payment. You're financing this through the bank 25 years. And you do it 12 times each year. So times that, 25 times 12 is 300. So we got to put a negative 300 in that spot. All right, y'all should be good. Work it out. I'm not asking y'all to find all the extra stuff. I'm just asking y'all to find the house payment. And I don't have an answer on it. You'll have to pay on it. So you'll probably be paying about $2,000 a month.
That's laundromat money. Pocket change.
Yeah, that's a lot of money right now. Every month for 25 years. Ooh.
Zach knows.
All right, so that was 15. That's your house payment problem. Now, if you guys remember from the other day, 16 is the college fund problem. It's much, much easier. It's like half the work. Does anybody have a question on this one? This is the one I know that's on the midterm. I don't think 16 is on the midterm. Go ahead.
What do you do? Like, do you divide?
Yeah, I just divided that, divided by that. Just put it in the calculator and it gave me that. This is the hardest part right here, Caleb, being able to go from here to here, being able to type all that in your calculator without messing up. All right, 16 again. I'm giving you a new formula on 16. All right, but this one's much easier because when we plug numbers in, all the numbers are plugged in on the right side. All right, how much money are you putting in the bank every year for this college fund? $2,500. That goes right here for P. That's the principal in the bank. Now the interest rate on this one, it says at the top, I is 3.5%. Move your decimal. 0.035 goes there. 0.035 goes there. All right, number of years. How many times does he put this $2,500 in the bank? Somebody read that and find it. 15. He does it for 15 years. He does it 15 times. This one, y'all just straight type that in. Now, do not forget, you got to type $2,500 out in front of the parentheses. So this is just a straight calculator problem. Maybe there's one like this on the midterm. I don't think there is. I think the only one is the house payment. But we are going to have both of these on the test next week when we come back. Just so long, it's so easy to make a mistake on it. All right, I got $48,239.20. Y'all can check my math on that. Make sure I didn't hit a wrong button. Kelly, is that what you got? What? Last one, 16.
That's what I got.
Yep. Okay. All right, so again, I'm going to give y'all these formulas. Y'all don't have to memorize them. I'll write them on the board for you. All right, so watch. 827. All right, y'all finish the front. Y'all should. Let's see if there's any on the front I need to do with you. Let's do number 6. 6 looks kind of tough. No, 6 was easy. Let's do 6. You guys always mess up when y'all got to factor out something like that. got W plus 3 over W. All right, now we've worked on this stuff a lot yesterday. We got 8 of them this morning, so I'm going to bet there's at least 3 of these on the midterm. All right, so our common denominator, remember, is 1 of everything on the bottom. But if you can factor something out, you have to do that first. Well, look, I can factor out a W. Both these have a W in common, so it looks like that. I'll let y'all write it down. So now what's your common denominator going to be if it's 1 of everything on the bottom?
W and W minus
Yep,
1.
W and W minus 2. I'm going to write it here, here, and here. All right, y'all go from there and see what you can get.